start on the first play. I thought it obviously was not up to our standards, but I saw some good things out there. I think our communication was pretty good. Not happy with 3 sacks at all, but I see that there's room for improvement, and I know these kids are hungry to keep improving. So we're just going to keep plowing along at it.
Obviously, Tyrell Crosby played today. Camp Hunt went down. Are you nervous at all about the veteran leadership that you can have on the line?
I tell you what, the young guys picked it up, and Doug Brenner played a lot of football today for us, and he's been a great leader, and hopefully real soon we'll get Jake Pisarcik back out there to help shore that up a little bit. So I'm not overly concerned about that. Do I want those guys back? Yeah, ASAP. But all in all, I thought we've got a lot of work to do, but I was pleased that the guys. There was no frustration out there. There was the guys were dialed in. They were focused, and when we came off and made adjustments on the sideline during series, they were dialed into that and executed the things very well.
What did you like about Brady Haley putting him in over maybe Zach Morgan, a guy who has maybe not experience here, but in college already?
I just thought Brady had a better week. It went right down to Thursday, actually, before I made that decision. I thought Brady just had an edge, just a little bit of a better week than Zach. Could have gone the other way. But, they both played and rotated in, and it really wasn't any big deal.
How big of a leap has he made since he got here last year? It seems like he's changed his body drastically.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing much more physically. He's playing lower. I saw a couple really nice just one-on-one drive blocks out there by him, where he took a guy and moved him off the line of scrimmage. So, and I think his pass protection is really improved. He made some. Just the awareness of, hey, by alignments of linebackers, when you're going to get a slant charge, those kind of things, that's just seasoning. They got to continue to see that stuff and anticipate better. But just from a pure, fundamental standpoint, I thought he's really made some huge strides.
It looks like Cam was just kind of cramping. He's good.
Yeah, he's got cramps.
Doug Brenner, here's a guy who, at the end of last season, I don't know, and off season with his dad.
Yeah.
Did you have to work on his psyche at all? Looks like he's a player now for you.
He is a player. Yeah. Doug's I've always had a tremendous amount of confidence in Doug. And it was a rough end of the season last year for him, and then obviously the tragedy with his dad. But we all lean on Doug, man. He's one of our rocks.
And then Evan also was there.
Yeah.
Did he play some quality PT?
Yeah. Got a holding call, which made me mad. But Evan's made some huge strides too. In the weight room this summer, he's made some strides, and we're going to count on all those guys as the season progresses. That's just the way it is, and they got to continue to improve and step up. But I'm pleased with the direction they're going.
Coach, when you take a step back and you look at it, you started 4 freshmen today. They didn't play too bad for 4 freshmen. Do you consider that, or does that not count?
Well, AJ, I woke up at 3:30 this morning. Couldn't go back to bed, so I'm probably the only one in this room that watched the Georgia Tech Boston College game from start to finish. So no, I mean. Like I said, I anticipated some growing pains, and then right off the bat, Davis was stemming their front and going from one, from an even to an odd and back to an even. So, that's always tough on the first year group of guys. But like I said, after they saw it a few times, they handled it pretty well.
The last few years, you've started a couple freshmen, or 1 or 2 every year. What's that biggest jump they take from today's game to the next one?
I think I've always been a firm believer that the most improvements made from game 1 to game 2. I think all these guys now will at least have some confidence that, hey, they can go out there and they can improve. They'll be a little more relaxed. Every week's going to present different challenges, but just to get that one under their belt, I think is going to be huge for us down the line.
Coach, how did